Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? I don't think I've done a reading for you before, so I just like to explain real quick kind of how this works. I feel, hear, see, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures. And I try to describe the picture the best that I can. I call it spiritual charades. There is always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind. You'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, oh, you know what he's talking about. Now, this is not an exact science. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. So he won't give me all the details. He should give me just enough so you understand what he's referring to. So we're going to talk to Nick today. He's puffing his chest out, and the buttons are popping off of his shirt. He says, I'm proud. Instead of saying snug as a bug in a rug, he says, I'm proud as a bug in a rug. You are exceeding all my expectations, my boy. Do not ever doubt yourself. Doubt yourself. Do not ever second guess yourself. Do not ever take somebody else's suggestion over who you should be or what you should be over what you feel yourself in your gut. And he's saying, okay, so sometimes I'll have this weird idea pop into my head that I never would have thought of. That's your loved ones or your guides or your something. You get some kind of weird little in your head. You go, well, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that before? Because they put it there. It's for you to follow if you choose to. It cannot override your free will choice. I keep saying that, and mine are doing it right now, and I'm really mad at them. They've got a block on me for something, and I'm not happy with them. They cannot. So I can sit here and do all the dumb stuff in the world. My guides are up there going, Rhonda, we told you not to do it that way. What are you doing? We've got a better path for you. So when you get just these strange ideas in your head, I don't mean like going out and eat bugs or something like that. I mean, just some good idea that's really good for you and go, oh, well, that's really cool. Write it down. Write it down so you don't forget it. I forget everything. Because he's helping guide you in that way. He's showing me a young child. So I don't know if you have a child. I feel like it's a boy, but not 100% sure. I don't think it's you when you were a child. So if it's not your child, it's a child very close around you that sees him, that plays patty cake with him, kind of like high-fiving, or has in the past, if you think back. So there are a lot of times that they ask me, information, anyway, to pick a card, and I shuffle until they tell me to stop. So I let Nick pick a card for you. It says surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. So you need to accept what is. That this happened for a reason. Things are supposed to be this way. And what they've taught me is before we come down here, before we're born, we decide on an exit point. It could be when you're 1 day old. It can be when you're 100 years old. Whatever that exit point is, it can waver a little bit depending on what people around the situation are going to learn from it. But you're going to exit at that time. I don't know if we know how we're going to exit. I have never seen that. But don't know why it's this way. But I have no control. They don't listen to me when I bitch about it. So It was his time to go. If that makes sense. It was his time to go. We got a blizzard outside again. Poor little snowplows can't keep up. So I want you to know that it needed to happen, but it's also going to make you a stronger man. He says a more compassionate man. Let go of the anger. I did not desert you. You need to let go of that. You need to forgive me for leaving so soon. Because it's just the way it was supposed to be. So if you can let go of the anger of me leaving so soon and forgive me for leaving so soon, it will help you immensely. He says, it is what it is. It is what it is. And there's nothing that can change it. He said, I don't know why they do it this way. They don't consult me. I gripe at them anyway. Alexa, pause. She didn't want to quit. Alexa, pause. Told her 3 times. She don't pay attention any more than the rest of us girls. Anyway, he started singing I'll Be Right Here Waiting for You by Brendan Power. I don't know that that's the original one, but anyway, close enough. That's the one he's singing. Go Google that song, YouTube it, whatever you want to do. There's a message in there for you from him. We like to communicate with music. He's showing a fiddle or violin. I don't know. Did he play some type of musical instrument? Did he like to listen to that kind of music? Maybe the old country music, where they had the fiddle. Charlie Daniels is my favorite. And there's a reason for why he's showing that. You will always be my son. I will always be by your side. I'll be right here waiting for you. He's looking through my eyes back over there because she still can't say her name. She'll talk because she's still got it on there. And I promise you 1,000%, he can hear you. He can see you. Talk to him all you want to. You may not realize when he answers you back because it could be in some little subtle way. He's talking about something banging, like, do it again. Kind of like I'll do it on this wall. Watch the dogs bark. Do it again. Like, oh, shit, that was a little too loud. That was too hard. That hurt. Kind of like a boom, like that. That you will hear once in a while. Hopefully it won't be so loud that it scares the heck out of you. That's him trying to get your attention. So, some kind of a smoky smell around him too. Did he smoke cigarettes or a cigar, or maybe he was around a fire a lot, or maybe you had a wood stove, whatever that smoky smell is that you would associate with him, both of those will be a sign from him. And you can be outside in your car in the store and you'll get that little whiff of that smoke. Validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. Give him permission if you want him to. Okay, he just drew my eyes back over to my ALEXA. They do this all the time. And there's a picture of a fox on there. And he said, I always felt kind of foxy. I thought I was foxy. Was he a ladies' man? Grandma. He's got grandma with him. Don't know if he means his grandma or your grandma. He's got grandma with him and he's excited about it. And she's cooking up a storm. Grandma makes him bacon and eggs all the time. Pies. And she's holding a freshly baked pie out. I would say apple peach something. It's a lighter color. It's not dark like cherry or anything. Maybe it was your favorite. Maybe it was your dad's favorite. The smell of that freshly baked pie, you'll get that too as a sign, she says, from both of us. So both of them have been trying to tell you that they're there, that they're around. A lot of times when I go to houses and I'll see their loved ones standing off in the corner and go, "What are you doing over there?" And they go, "We don't want to step forward because we don't want to scare them. We don't want them to think their house is haunted. We don't want them to think there's a demon here." Because 99% of the time when I go to these houses, it's somebody's departed loved one. There is no big evil thing like they show on TV. TV kind of ruins this part of it for us. So I don't watch most of the ghost adventure type shows anymore. They give you the wrong idea most of the time. They just want to help. They just want to bring you loving energy. They just want to calm you. Grandma wants to pet your hair. She said pet your hair, not stroke your hair. She wants to pet your hair. Maybe you had a grandma that used to do that, so maybe it's your grandma. They're not specifying. And it's up to them. It's his show. So whenever you're distressed, whenever you need help with something, whenever you're kind of down in the dumps, call on them. Your dad will bring the strength, energy. Your grandma. I'm just saying it's your grandma. Actually, the little lady next door can feel more like your grandma than your blood grandma that lives clear across the country that you hear from once a year at Christmas. So it could, I always say grandmother type energy because it could be somebody that just feels like a grandma. But this one's still very associated with your dad. So I would be willing to guess it's his mom or grandma. So know that she's going to bring the loving energy in when you need it. Ask for it. They cannot override your free will choice. I'll say that again. So ask them for help. Then you have to open up and kind of be ready for whatever they bring forward. I always use the example. I'm not saying this has anything to do with you. I always use the example. Say you want a new job. You just hate the place you're at. And so you ask them, could you help me find something more fitting for me? Something I would be happy with, something, I would love doing. And a day or two later, somebody calls you or you run into somebody in the store and they go, "Hey, I got this great opening at this company I work for. They're awesome. You'd be perfect fit." They can do things this way. But you need to ask. And then it's your free will choice if you want to accept it. It doesn't matter what the situation is, whether it's job or something else. If it's not meant for you, you won't get it. Right, guys? I know. I'm working on one. It ain't working. Oh, they're smarter than we are. So I've been seeing this a lot lately. So behind them is like what I call a whole herd of people. It's just random ancestors and people you've been associated with in your life, and just like it's like a multitude. And they're all saying, "We're here for you. We're waiting for you to talk to us." They can hear you. You don't have to talk out loud. We have telepathic ears. You can talk without opening your mouth to them. They're going to cancel my grandson's out of town basketball game and the granddaughter's cheerleading coach. Anyway, that's my problem. We're having another blizzard in Kansas. So he says to remember to accept what is. Now how are you going to differentiate? There are some things you shouldn't accept the way they are, and you can change them. And then there's some things, like him leaving, that you just have to accept it is what it is. Because you can't change that. But you can still talk to him. You can still interact with him. You can have a different relationship with him. Because he's going like this. He is listening very patiently. So watch for those signs. If you get them, when you get them, not if. And you probably already have. You just didn't realize what they were. Make sure you acknowledge him, because that kind of, they get excited and they go, oh, they finally understood that that's me telling them, hello, I love them. And they'll bring you more if you ask them to. And like I said, if you don't say it out loud, nobody needs to even know you're doing it. I know I find that it seems to be harder for men to accept this than women. Your dad just told me that's because you women are batshit crazy. You would believe in stuff like this. And he's laughing hysterically. So, okay. Okay, so he's pointing this out. We're having a blizzard for the second time in a week. There's a lady walking down the highway who's going to get hit. So, concerned person is calling the cops, say, please go pick them up before they get hit. We had another older lady who fell into a police scanner, fell into a snowdrift, and she couldn't get out of it. So they called the cops to come, somebody come help her out. Think of how fortunate you are. He's wanting you to think of how fortunate you are. You could be stuck in a snowdrift like that. You could have things happen to you. Say it again. Think of all your good things and how blessed you are. For this is the way and the light. I didn't take him as a religious person, but that almost sounded religious. This is the way and the light. He says, the lighter you shine your light, brighter you shine your light. No, he goes back to the lighter you shine your light, the more that is attracted to you. Just like, bugs and whatever, they're attracted to the light. Everything good. Bugs aren't good. Not when you get a whole herd of them when I'm out camping. That's not good. The lighter you shine your light, the more good the light things are attracted to you. Because the other light things, the other bright, shinier, am I not explaining this right? Dad, come on, help me. They'll see your light, and the lighter things will be attracted to you. And even some of the darker ones will want to raise up a little bit and be attracted to you. That's why sometimes I have people follow me around because they see my light. As long as they're good stalkers and not bad stalkers. I think the blizzard's got me wacky, got me cooped up too much. Okay. Let's see. What you got, Dad? He's got an apple. Don't know what significance an apple has. One time I held up an apple and I told this lady, I said, your grandma's holding an apple. She started crying. Why are you crying? She goes, my grandma used to carve faces in apples. I'm like, oh, who would know? Something about this apple. So I don't know if you just had an apple, you love apples, you're going to have one roll off the kitchen counter. He loved apples, something. He's just showing an apple. It's his show. They know what you need to hear better than you know what you need to hear. He says, I haven't really left. I haven't really left. My old body left, but I haven't left. And that is very hard to explain. Well, we're kind of babbling along here. He wants me to explain this is our vehicle that we walk around on earth in. Our spirit, our soul is inside of this. When we no longer have this vehicle, our spirit and our soul, they're kind of trapped in here. They kind of got to stay here. Then we're free. We're still the same spirit and soul. Just don't have this heavy vehicle, especially anyway, to hold us down. So the only thing we're missing is the body. We still have the memories. We still have the love. And he's got me preaching a lot. Okay, Dad, what else are you going to do? It's like he wants to. Did he have cows? Do you have cows? Like he wants to go tend to the cows, or the horses, or the pigs, or the something on a farm he wants to go tend to. And he said he still is. And he says he is blessed. And he was blessed here by you and his whole family. He was blessed. I might have been grouchy sometimes. He's a talker. And I may not have shown it most times, but I did know how much I was blessed when I was here. And I still am. Yeah. Now he's done. With that, he's going to leave. I like it when they're talkers. Some of them don't talk, and then you go, now what are we going to do? They don't have much to say. Much love to you, my dear. Talk to your dad all you want to. He's never too busy to stop and listen to you. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Peace out.